Time now for Sid Sixero. This is where I get 60 seconds to talk about anything. Start the clock, please. Here's what's on my mind this morning. I've been very critical of the federal government for how slowly vaccine procurement has been, but even I can admit things are getting better. Others are steadfast in their opinion that Canada's done a poor job, to each his or her own. But to give you some perspective, if you think Canada's done a poor job acquiring vaccines, just be thankful you don't live in Japan. 41% of Canadians have their first dose. In Japan, 2.9%. It's a mess. And the opening ceremonies, by the way, of the Summer Olympics, 71 days away. The Olympic torch relay has been disrupted 6 times due to COVID. Also, the president of the IOC, Thomas Bach, couldn't physically go to Japan recently because of COVID. It's out of control. Truth is, because of money, these Olympics will probably happen, but they shouldn't. The games need to be shut down. Now, recent polls said 60% of Japanese residents want the games canceled. There are bigger priorities. Japan needs to get its house in order. Olympics can wait. But I still think they're going to happen. Arash Madani of Sportsnet, one of the smartest guys I know, joining us here. Arash, am I fair in that take? They shouldn't happen, these Olympics, but they probably will?
They shouldn't happen, Sid. I would be stunned if they get canceled. I mean, there are 26 billion reasons why these Olympics are likely going to happen. And it seems that the citizens of Japan are the ones who are screaming. And when you speak with even the athletes who are scheduled to go, they're a little uneasy about the whole thing. And truthfully, Sid, they're not going to be the Olympics. The Olympics are about the family, the friends, the people who have been part of the journey to get you to compete at that high level. Foreign visitors are not permitted to come to Japan for the games.
We remember it was about a year ago, Arash, the Canadian Olympic Committee were the first on earth to put their foot down and say, we're probably not sending our athletes this year. It's been kind of quiet on that front, Arash. Where does Canada stand here?
Canada stands like a lot of other countries, Sid, that they want to go because they know that if there are no Olympic Games, that means there will be no funding. No funding for the Canadian Olympic Committee, no funding for each of the national sport federations. Swimming, track, and field are the ones that get all the attention. But the taekwondos of the world and the table tennises of the world, who rely on the funding based on the performances of the athletes at events like the Olympics, they haven't had any money, any revenue come in for quite some time. They're reliant on the quadrennial, they call it, for the Olympics, every 4 years getting it. Now they're a year removed from getting every 5th year. I mean, they're running bare budget operations as is. And Sid, here's the other thing, is that who would Canada be sending? The Pan Am Games just got canceled in Brazil, which means a lot of the, an event like that was the qualifier to determine who's actually going to go compete for our country in those Olympic Games. It is an absolute mess right now. But then again, what isn't? Japan
can't get their citizens vaccinated. Citizens don't want the Olympics. It's pretty much dangerous. But hey, at least Japan has a new equestrian center. So there's that. Arash Madani joining us here on a Thursday morning. Love you, Arash. Appreciate you.
All right, Sid. Thanks, bud.
All right, we're going to take a break. Coming up, you sound off about something else, outdoor activities. A member of the Ontario Science Table says, you know what, with a mask, you might be able to golf, maybe play tennis, maybe a little beach volleyball. The province is still saying, no way. What do you think? Should outdoor rec facilities open up a little bit? 1-866-267-3797. Feedback at breakfasttelevision.ca. Twitter, 24/7 at Breakfast TV. Let us know what you think. It's 6:44. Good morning, Toronto. You're watching BT.